It is often said that faith is belief without evidence. Yet it is also often said, but very often also by the same people, that the Bible is evidence. Okay, so what if there was never a Bible? You people who believe in God. If there was never a Bible, would you believe in God? Yes. You wouldn't believe in Yahweh, you would believe in your own God. You believe in whatever metaphor works for you, and that's fine, you know, as long as you acknowledge that it's an illusion of your own creation. But if you're going to cite the Bible as evidence, then you're saying you believe in God because of evidence. That's not faith. That's belief in evidence. Crap evidence. Ludicrously crap evidence. You don't even need the scientific method to conclude that it's crap evidence. You could read the Bible using the basic ethical guidelines you just learned about in the Bible and conclude that it's crap evidence. It's a piss-weak, scrambled up, self-excreting abortion of an excuse for evidence. Either you believe in faith or you believe in the Bible. It's as simple as that. So if you're one of those people who falls into both aisles, you believe in God because of the evidence and despite the lack of evidence, then I have to congratulate you on being able to sit the right way around on a fucking toilet seat, if indeed you can. I have to marvel at your ability to stand up straight at all, rather than be constantly rolling downhill in the backward circle of your logic. Never mind mental gymnastics, mental contortionism. Beijing schoolgirl style. Fit 5 of you in a Pringles tube and still have room for my cock. The world is going to end in 5 minutes. What do you do? Well, how's it going to end? It doesn't matter how it's going to... It just ends. Of course it matters how it's going to end. My actions are going to be determined by the way it's... Well, alright, a meteor is going to hit the Earth in 5 minutes and wipe everything out. A meteor? In 5 minutes? If it's a meteor, we'll have known about it like 50 years in advance. I'll be like 77 by then. It's a good age to die. I'll be wicked. The world's going to die with me. Fantastic. Well, alright. A flood. A giant flood wipes everything out. In 5 minutes. Well, I'd look for a boat. I probably wouldn't find one in 5 minutes. I'd probably drown. But rest assured I'd spend the last 5 minutes of my life looking for a fucking boat. Well, alright, a disease. A disease wipes everyone out in 5 minutes. Well, what kind of disease? A debilitating disease. I wouldn't be doing anything. I'd be debilitated. It just ends, okay? No fireworks, no Hollywood stuff. It just ends in 5 minutes. But where are we getting our cues here? I mean, if I suddenly find myself randomly believing the world's going to end in 5 minutes for no particular reason, the first thing I'm going to do is think, what a fucking stupid thing that is to think. Are you telling me God appears in the heavens and goes, right, everyone, you got 5 minutes and I'm pulling the plug? Yes, alright, that's exactly what happens. Oh. But that wouldn't happen because there is no God. Imagine there is a God. Imagine there is a God. Imagine there is a... I'd laugh my arse off. If it all turned out to be true, and God really is this bumbling fuckhead who just pissed everything up the wall from square one, I don't care if I'm burned forever in hell. I'll never stop laughing. Buddhism sucks as well, by the way. Fuck the sake, I just need to say this. Buddhism sucks as much as all the other ones. It's still a religion, folks. It still involves surrendering your mind to the principles of another. Notice there are no religions that say, oi, stay on the ball at all times, question everything. No, it's always about dangling that carrot of mystery and promising the unfalsifiable. It cannot be explained. If it can't be explained, then what is it? You can't even answer the question, can you? Because if it can't be explained, then it isn't anything. It isn't even a piece of knowledge. It's a blockade against knowledge, a blockade against the journey to find natural, rational explanations for things. You call that enlightenment? That's not enlightenment. It's the enlightenment of ignorance. The enlightenment of experience is called science. And it predates all religion when you think about it. If you want to achieve enlightenment through ignorance, then you don't need someone else telling you how to do it. In fact, by definition, you should ignore everyone else altogether. Think about it. or just forget it. See, you're all about the fucking atheism show when it's against Christianity, when it's against something your fucking high school teachers were into. But if there's a chance you can look worldly and spiritual in front of your friends, you're all, oh, except this religion, because this isn't really a religion, it just involves metaphors and techniques. And anyway, you're just focusing on fundamentalists, not us harmless moderates. Does that sound familiar? Farting out the same arguments that you've learned to knock out the park when monotheists use them. Like all religious prophets, Buddha is just the ancient equivalent of a celebrity cult. Either all of them suck, or none of them do. This is why monotheism still reigns supreme, because even most of the people out there calling themselves atheists are really just these bandwagon jumping posers who will believe anything that makes them sound temporarily intelligent. Don't be an atheist. Just don't be a theist. Ding! It's just that people seem to think they can be atheists yet also appreciate Buddhism. No, you can be an atheist and also appreciate meditation and all the other techniques that were simply tagged on to the Buddha cult. The Buddha didn't invent meditation. In fact, part of his story was that he did it because he saw other people do it. It's like every other religion. It's basically a way of telling people, don't worry, one of us is in charge. We're made in his image, so he's got our interests in mind. Because, right, if you, a human, could create a perfect universe, right? It's perfectly the thing that you could just strip down all the tiresome, unnecessary labour until you're just left with something you could stare at in wonder forever. Like a baby gurgling away at a mobile. What would it be? Totally, it'd be a bunch of brightly coloured bubbles popping in space. Quite why you would put microscopic versions of yourself all over one tiny little cooling spark of minerals that popped out of one bubble into another. Well, it's a thinker. For sure. See, all these numbers concerning the age of the universe, all these billions and billions of years, it seems daunting and impossible to get your head around. But when you think about it, life on Earth, as we know it, has been around for about 1 billion years, roughly. The Earth and the Sun as a system have existed for about 4 or 5 billion years, and the entire universe, all of space and time, has existed for about 13, 14 billion years. So our world has existed for the entire last third of existence, and life as we know it has existed for the entire last 13th. So we've been around for a fair old chop of it, you know. Basically, the story so far is this. That's us. We're the... See, life is just a big cloud that goes boof. Learn a lesson from the 80s. The 80s knew everything. Life is a dream. Bury it. Don't buy into this system. But you must buy our toys. Oh shit, I'm supposed to do a noise.